Hello, my Earth Angels. How are you? I am gonna be doing some candlelight. Candlelight. Can you see that? Candlelight. Look at that. Some candlelight. Some candlelight. Let's see that. Can you see that? Isn't that beautiful? Some candlelight. Some candlelight. Yes. How are you, my fellow Earth Angels? Usually it's been a while since I haven't done a Facebook Live, and yeah, I just wanted to just see how you guys are doing and dive into what I've been going through. And today, yeah, today I've been feeling empty today, and that's so weird because I came from last night. I came from an awesome space, a self exodia, self-love, safety, knowing your safety, and this morning I felt so empty today. And you know those mornings when you wake up and feel utterly hopeless, like you stepped into a great void or into a twilight zone, and it doesn't matter if it's sunny outside or hot outside, or there's wonderful things to do and you just can't bring yourself to do them or have any motivation to do them or to do the things that you need to do. Then you grab your phone and then surf the web, only to further perpetuate the emotional numbness that you already feel. Because I know when I grab my phone, when I first wake up, it's really bad on my health. I try not to do it, but nevertheless, some days it happens, and I'll be scrolling, and then like 4 hours pass, 6 hours pass, and it's like, wow, where did the day go? And on those days, I like to light candles, say an intention, and have ritualistic ceremonies for myself, like I'm having one right now with these candles, to honor myself. Yeah. I made a salad to nourish myself, and a polenta vegan mushroom soup. Yeah. You know, trying to focus on myself. Because if you don't know what you want, how can you start preparing to create that life for yourself? And on days like this, I like to call upon my angels, my guides, my ascending masters, my star family, my starseed family, my Lemurian family, my dragons, my highest and wisest self, my higher self, my future self, and I will speak out loud or in my mind or in my head and have a conversation with myself, with my higher conscious. Yeah, and have a higher conscious perspective within my mind. And doing the breath work, tapping, and just saying like, I am struggling to breathe deeply today. Please assist me in finding my breath and connecting with the parts of me that know everything will be okay. Please remind me today what hope feels like, what joy feels like. I vow to be open to receiving any unexpected miracles. Who those who would seek me out in your highest and wisest good. Please help me today to put into action, you know? Yes, yeah, I've just been going through a lot lately. I just with real estate and yeah, back of my neck. I don't know if you can see it, but just yeah, my back of my neck and my whole body, like around my bottom half of my legs, I was getting dry patches of psoriasis, and it was just like I have to really slow down and breathe and slow down and breathe. Remember to breathe. Slow down and remember to breathe. And yeah, it's parts of my the bottom of my body, the psoriasis went away. There's only a few patches under my underarm, and then a dry patch, like, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a dry patch right there. But it's healing, and yeah, and just trying to let go of the worry, and then reclaiming my sovereignty, reclaiming my life. Yeah, reclaiming my life. You know, reset, rebalancing, readjusting. You know, I've been reading this book, Becoming Supernatural, and it's amazing. I hope you guys get to read it. It just talks about certain daily practice of meditation. I like to, you know, like today, like I kept my bed unmade. I like to have my bed unmade sometimes. It's something poetic and beautiful about it. The sunlight hits it, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You know, the power of the power of connecting with the unified field, connecting to that place of complete nothingness, and knowing the internal knowing of consciousness. I live for those moments with myself where I learn about myself and pour myself into consciousness. Yeah, for me, spirituality is being the physical embodiment and sanctuary of all the love, the healing that my past self needed. Yeah, for my spirituality is being in physical embodiment of all the love, healing that my past self needed, being the embodiment of unconditional love, being less angry and less reactive, more discerning and compassionate, going beyond my ego, going beyond my self-limiting beliefs, my core beliefs, and karmas that continue to play out, breaking cycles of self-deprecation, going beyond the external, getting into the heart and sanctuary of myself. Yeah, getting into the heart and sanctuary of yourself. That is your home. That is your home. Well, that's my definition. You know, yeah, and getting outside of that fear programming, clearing out the fears around deserving, love, worth, time, money, capability, based on security, doing the clearing and healing on what I'm afraid of within myself. Afraid you can't handle things. Afraid, like going into something new outside of my comfort zone. Afraid to be sometimes on social media, afraid to put myself on video, you know, um, you know, and sometimes as a light worker, I'm a holistic health practitioner. I'm a I'm trying to. I'm a holistic health practitioner through Reiki, skin treatments, theta, breath work. Yeah. And I know that if I'm not providing a service or offering or offers as a light worker, then it's a really expensive hobby otherwise. Using that breath work, that healing work, that energy work, clearing fears, meditation, clearing your mind instead of the fears, because that is a prayer in itself. You being in worry is a prayer, I believe. You are praying that into existence. You are praying that into existence when you worry. Reclaim your sovereignty in past lives and lives. I'm clearing all of that. Yeah, and seeing what is the thing I'm finding letting go of, and how can I accept that and let it go. And what am I letting go of tonight? Yeah, the starvation of being worthy of love and seen, and when I am seen, I feel vulnerable and scared because it's something different. And being afraid of my light and my power. Yeah, because for so long I've been dimming my own light. People have dimmed my light, and and I've dimmed my light to protect myself, and it has made me small, but I'm reclaiming myself. I'm reclaiming all parts of myself. That level of depth can help me meet other people and inspire and spark hope into their lives, getting out of the horrors of our humanity and bringing light and the beauty of our humanity. Even our trigger is all a way. Even my trigger is all a way to grow beyond the stories that keep me stuck and repeating old patterns, so that I can tap into my heart and tap into my next timeline. I feel that tapping into my next timeline so that I can do the most good with myself on this earth, so that I can access my full potential. I think that's what spirituality is, going beyond the trauma, the pain, so that you can be your fullest embodiment and be useful of all your gifts without the fear, without questioning, am I good enough? I believe nature is full of nature is fully enlightened, and it is the fifth dimension. It is the fifth dimensional consciousness, just vibrating at such a optimal level, high frequency. When I step into the woods at Paradise Beach, or cleanse myself in water at the temple, at the rose garden, or just bathe in waterfalls, um, up in Half Moon Bay, or even at Palm Springs. Oh, yeah. Cleansing myself in water. I just feel the purity of life. I just feel the purity of living in nature and life in nature. I just feel nature is this room where everything is so raw, real, and authentic. It strips away the outside noise, and it strips away everything in your head. It's alive, wild, and free. It's alive, you know, just being and going outside and putting your feet on the grass. You know, it's wild and free, and it reminds me that nature is wild and free, and it's living, and it's death, and it welcomes the living and the death. And parts of me is always welcome there. Yeah, parts of me are always welcome in nature. Where are you, and where do you need to refocus, recenter? You know, because really looking at the 5 areas of your life, you know, the physical, where are you physically, where are you mentally, where are you spiritually, where are you financially, and where are you emotionally, you know, because we are becoming supernatural. Thank you so much for listening to me, and if this has been helpful, please DM me. And yeah, Spa Mystique, I like to think, is a place where elevating consciousness, Spa Mystique is really your mystique. You know, there's a journey and a vulnerable, beautiful world within you, and you are the treasure of your life. And that is the embodiment and the love within yourself. And Spa Mystique is really for women, individuals to elevate their skin, mind, body, and spirit, you know? And yeah. And you know, I definitely know that my greatest teachers was my childhood traumas, my sad, unstable household when I was young. I am grateful of my upbringing because it got me here today, you know? Getting out of that fearful programming of my heart, of the hurt, the violence, the disrespect, those tribal conditions, you know, sometimes, you know, with certain cultures, it can be tribal, you know, nobody has to conform, you know, to the man of the house. Everybody has to conform to the to the man of the house, but the man of the house doesn't have to conform, and he lays all the ground rules. And you know, that definitely dimmed my light and made me small, and that level of depth, you know, helped me now. And I'm shedding that and reclaiming all of my power and sovereignty, and going easy with myself, and knowing that today, even though I felt empty, um, you know, doing something, getting out of that, meditating, lighting candles, eating, making something nourishing for myself, you know, mm, playing some amazing music. You know, what is this music? Golden circles of abundance. You know, I'm picturing that wrapping around myself, all over me. Yeah, because you know, going into my prayer and speaking gratitude. Even though I had a awful day, but the ending was beautiful. I just got out of a skincare session with this amazing client who's getting married, and just witnessing her journey into marriagehood, and it was just so beautiful, and I had so much anxiety, like, oh my god, can she feel that I've been, my anxiety, can she feel, and knowing that, like, yeah, it was okay, yeah, and the treatment went off with a bang and a success, and she was happy, and yeah, and she didn't know that inside I was a mess, and yeah, and yeah, and knowing that it's okay. Sometimes the intelligence of the body is beyond the intelligence of our mind. How our bodies react to certain situations. Like how I reacted to someone speaking, how my body reacts when someone speaks to me in a wrong way, or in a violent way, or touch me, and I just tell myself I am worthy of taking up space. That embodiment looks like, hey, I really felt uncomfortable the way you were speaking to me before or earlier, or like, and even though they don't validate it, it's for me to validate. Like, I spoke up, and I spoke up against that. Yeah. Um getting out of the and transcending through my own fears, teaching myself how to rise up, and teaching myself how to rise up and to be in my power as a powerful light worker, empath, starseed, Lemurian, I just am transcending the fear program that is showing up now. There's a lot of light workers like me who are really powerful, and it's really up to us to fully show up to our full potential, because there's a real need for your light to shine, to be a part of this ascension, for humanity to shine, to activate the new grid, stepping up to the part of manifesting. You know, some of the symptoms of and signs that might show up in your life would be in your physical body. Just as there are, dark agendas, there are light agendas. You know the angels and the galactic. Also, they have agendas, not just the negatively oriented ones. There are light agendas and fear agendas that affects the negative frequency and negative energy of the collective. The fearful agendas are part of the fear programming to keep humanity divided, submissive, controlled, distracted from the power we have, to keep us in fear of our own power. That's the purpose of the fear programming. Its purpose is so that you do not desire to be in your power. You are not, or you don't want to be in your power right now. Fear of misusing or your power. All these things you have triggers around, concerns around. They use that to their advantage and instill that fear into the collective so that we get distracted from our power, so that we can be distracted from our light and be in our karmic programmings, and so we won't get out of it. Your fears is actually food. Your fear is food, and it nourishes deeply the negative energies that keep the fear programming alive. So you actually nourish, energize, amplify the fear programmings when you are in your fear, when you are afraid in any aspects of yourself. When you are afraid in any aspects of yourself, such as your own power, when you are afraid that you are not lovable, that you are not worthy, that you are not able to take on this challenge, be in your sovereignty, whatever you're afraid of, whatever you are afraid to prioritize, that's part of the fear programming. Whenever you're afraid to prioritize yourself, it's often the reason why many people say, I don't have time. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't have time. That scares me. There's a prioritization issue right there. Fear with money, wealth, fear with abundance. A lot of light workers have fear around that, tons of fear around that. If you address, heal, clear, address all these triggers and fears you have, and get about your experience in this world, then the more you will be able to nourish, energize, and amplify your light. And the more you're going to start to unplug from the fear agendas and start seeing through the fear agendas and be like, wow, I can't believe I used to believe that. Watch the news and, gave me so much anxiety and kept me inside. Yeah. If you're not in your essence, you will feel stuck and blocked. And if you are not in your fullness of your power, you are not connected to your fullness of your heart. How the fear program shows up. It shows up in division, dividing the collective, segregating the collective, and pushing in the fear, the division with people. Because really, we really want to come together. We really want to come into the hearts and desire a community. And just the fear agenda with politicians, and yeah, it's just keeping us separated and divided, so we can't really come together and become awakened. And asking myself, where am I not whole? Where am I not whole? Where am I being an enemy to myself? It's showing up, being submissive and controlled. The energies are amplified when you believe you don't have power. But that's a false narrative. Government wants us to believe we don't have power. Believe that, watch the news. That's why there's like 100,000 bad things on the news and then only show one good thing during the day, during that segment, and start taking ownership and reclaiming yourself. 3, distracting yourself from your power, your inner self work. Distracting yourself from your power and your inner self work. Seeing through the collective and seeing through the cultivated narrative and lies and the fear that you have around power. And if you believe you don't have power, you will start to believe it. I have no power. The fear is that we will come together in community and we will jam that fear-based programming and create awareness and transcend that and heal. How it shows up is anxiety, shortness of breath, panic attacks, palpitations, agitation, irregularity, feeling overwhelmed, disempowered, difficulty with grounding yourself, insecure, mental confusion, scatteredness, not making money, chest pains. We are made to believe we have no power within ourselves, that we are powerless to what's going on in the world. But really focusing on yourself, the oneness within. The capital of patriarchy is dying, but the only way it shows up is through mainstream media and news. How to transcend it? You must unplug yourself from these old fear matrix. Notice where your old fear paradigm is keeping or kept alive. Notice where your old fear paradigm is kept alive within your system, within yourself. Starve the fear program and the illusion by taking back your power and ownership of your life, and live your purpose, truth, and go into that truth and freedom matrix. You know, I'm that light worker who's not gonna enable you. You know, start working out your life, working out yourself. Because if you are afraid of your own power, then you will be manipulated by the fear programming. Clear out your fears around deserving, loving, worth, time, money, capability, and security. Yeah. And you know, I'm starting to own my own sovereignty and letting go and starving the fear programming. And I hope you guys will continue to do the work within yourselves and start thinking for yourselves and yeah, and know your inner knowing and allow your inner knowing to shine brightly. Yeah, allow yourself to shine brightly. Well, that was my day, and I had a lot of fear-based programmings today, and from the collective, and what I was feeling was even mine, and those weren't. Yeah, sometimes I feel like I soak up a lot from the collective, and just know that they're not even mine, and releasing them, showering myself, taking care of myself, and yeah, honoring myself, drinking water, drinking yeah, purified water or alkaline water, because there's so much um fake water out there. You know, there's fake money, fake foods, fake water, you know, just to keep you dumbed down. And you know, what are you gonna eat? You know, I'm choosing to eat high vibrational foods. And what does that look like? Salad, plant-based, um um just like polenta soup with mushrooms, chanterelles, and oyster mushrooms. Yeah. And keep going forward, and tomorrow's a new day. Don't look back, you're not going that way. And yeah, I'm not going that way. I had a rough start today, and I'm feeling better, and tomorrow will be a new day, because I'm crucifying myself to resurrect myself. And I'm tonight I'm gonna be dying, and tomorrow I will be reborn, new, with new intention, with new goals, and going out there, building my empire, my sanctuary, my cultivating myself, and knowing that some days I miss Henson, and knowing that it's okay. You know, I'm not gonna die. You know, with Henson, I had an experience with him, but he's not my identity. And if you're going out there, if you're out there and you're going through the experience of trying to get over an ex, or you know, and I know what you're going through, and reach out. You know, there's definitely different modalities that you can use: breath work, kundalini breath work, holotropic breath work, theta, Reiki, clearing those limiting beliefs, because really emotions and limiting beliefs are a disease in our body, and it sabotages us. We have that narrative, and we have to work on our shadows, you know, and to clear out. When we work out our shadows, and we go in there and heal, and transcend those, we really transcend and get out of the fear matrix. Thank you so much for listening to me, and if you relate, that's amazing. Feel free to comment. If you don't, that's okay. This is really a diary for myself, to express myself, to see myself, and give it away, and come back in 3 or 4 months and see where I really am in my journey, and see where I see myself in my spirituality, and see where I see myself and what I've grown and what I had to leave behind. And yeah, and it's really beautiful. And I'm beautiful and savagely worthy, and I know that, yeah, I gave up on Eric and Hansen, and because I know what my worth is. And yeah, there's 3 areas of your life that one of my self-love coach told me about, that there's 3 areas of your life, and where's that thing? There's 3 areas of your life, and the first area is in seeking a relationship, observing your partner, observing who you're dating, and see if they flow in your life. And if they are a flow, then potentially they will be a good partner. And if they don't flow in your life, then perhaps they're not going to make a good partner. And then if the third is that if there aren't a flow in your life, and perhaps they won't make a good partner, and then you have to let them go, to let them flow, and let yourself flow, and I understand. Yeah, trusting yourself and trusting your body, because yeah, our body knows what we need. It's just our minds just wants to replay it again, replay it again, and I say no to that. Talk to you later. Take some time and be in nature. I brought nature into my room. Yeah, and the sacredness, and as I sign off, this is the last image I want you to know. You are the CEO of your life, flourishing and thriving. Yeah, you are royalty, you are blessed, and you are receiving. Open up your consciousness and begin to receive. Yeah. Thank you. Have a great night.